Hello and welcome back to Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney, and today we are talking about the Cashmerette Wexford dress, which is a knit swing style dress and or top pattern. And we're going to be talking specifically about fit and fabric, because those are two things that I think can really make or break this style of garment. But before we get into that, we are officially heading into the sales time. I know it can be very exhausting to go through those, but it's also a great time to grab some stuff that maybe you've had your eye on, or maybe if you're buying Christmas gifts for people, especially those that also sew. But I wanted to remind you, I mentioned it on Friday's video, but Cashmerette currently has their 25% off their all access tier. Now I've got a special little deal here for you. So currently on Cashmerette's website, their all access tier of their club pattern it's normally 20% off because you're buying by the year and there's a discount included in that. However, right now it is actually 25% off. However, I have got a code for you, Whitney, and a special link that I'm going to put in the description box down below. It'll be right there in the top part of the description box. But a link that when you go to that and you put the all access in your cart, and then you're going to use my code Whitney, it is then you're going to get an email that's going to give you a free PDF pattern of your choice as well from their regular collection. So it's a great time to not only, if you've been looking at getting the all access tier for the club, it's now a great time. It's the cheapest that it is at any other time of the year right now, but also you can get a free PDF pattern from their regular collection. And so many of these club patterns mix and match with their regular collection that you can buy from. I've been paying for the all access tier of Cashmerette's club with my own money almost since the inception. I did start off in their lower tier, but I bumped it up after a couple of months. I absolutely love it. Clearly, I spend my own money on it. Cashmerette patterns fit me well. Their drafting is impeccable. And I really like most of their club patterns. There have been a couple that I've been like, I don't know that that's really me. But for the years that I've now done this club pattern, however long it's been happening, 2-3 years, and they have a pattern out each month, way more times than not, I'm very excited about the new pattern that has come out. So anyway, just something to remind you as we are now in sales time. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Wexford. So the Wexford was one of the earlier-ish patterns. If the eagle-eyed among you will notice that there is now a sew-along out on the channel for the Wexford, where I'm walking you through how to make the shirt with the sleeve as well as the dress. These are the two that I made on a sewing machine. So you don't even need any special equipment. Now you can make all of these on the serger with a cover stitch machine if you prefer, and that's my personal preference, but I show you how to do all of this on the sewing machine. You don't need a special machine. You can use a twin needle for the hemming or a zigzag stitch. And I show you how to do all of that, how to sew all of this on the sewing machine, but that sew along is now up on the channel, so you can watch that for free. Even if you're not sewing the Wexford, sometimes those can be kind of fun to watch. All right, so like I mentioned, let's talk about the pattern a little bit first. So this is a swing style top and or dress, meaning it is fitted through the shoulders and bust and then flares out from the bust to either a dress length or a top length. There are two different bodice options. There is a sleeved bodice option and a sleeveless bodice option. And there is a difference, if a bodice is intended to have a sleeve or not. So definitely want to make sure that you're using the correct bodice, depending on if you're wanting a sleeve or not. It's a fitted knit sleeve, and it comes in 3 different lengths. Obviously, you can make it whatever length you would like, but a long sleeve, a 3/4, and also a short sleeve length. And then there's cutting lines both on the sleeved or sleeveless for top versus dress. The sleeveless version has beautiful banded armholes, as well as there's a beautiful neckband that's on this as well. If you've ever made t-shirts before, you know that they are pretty quick. This comes in the full Cashmerette size range from a 0 to a 32, from a C cup up to an H cup. And I have actually made this twice before. I could not find my other one. This I wear all the time in the summer. I could not find my other one. It's a long sleeve dress. I have no idea. I feel like more things went missing when my daughter went to school than maybe I realized, Or maybe I've just put it somewhere. I keep clothes in a few different places of my house. I cannot find it anywhere. But I'll pop a picture up. If I can find a picture of what it looks like, it's just a very simple, solid dress. I made it for a Style Maker fabric tour that they did, I don't know, a couple of years ago now. Anyway, it's a lovely little dress. I now would like to find it now that I don't know where it is. But because of the style, because it is swinging out from below the bust, it is, I find, impeccable or very important that you have a really good fit on the areas that are fitted so that you are wearing the dress and or top and the dress and or top are not wearing you. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Some of the things, so we're going to talk about fit. Let's talk about fit first. I'm going to set this down and then we're going to talk about fabric because I think that this is a two-way, they go hand in hand. And I get so many questions about things like this, and stay tuned, especially when it comes to fabric. There is more to come, but I offer a pattern fitting class over on the website. Right now we're offering that twice a year. It comes with the community. I just wrapped up running it again, and fit. I mean, it's king, right? Like when something fits you well, it can make a style that you don't think that you like on your body, all of a sudden a style that you love on your body. Because when things fit properly, they look the way they should, proportion ends up the way that it should, and again, you end up wearing the dress and or top, not the other way around, which is what we don't. We don't want to look like we're wearing a sack. We want this to look as the designer intended. So let's just talk a little bit about a couple of things that you're going to want to look for. As always, if you're making a pattern for the first time or a pattern company for the first time, I do recommend making a test garment and like inexpensive fabric just to see if there are going to be any fit issues. Now, a knit top does a lot of the work for you, so you're not going to have as many fit issues as you might have with a woven top of a similar style. But you are going to want to make sure that you are getting the fit in these shoulders perfect. Now, if you've made other Cashmerette patterns, if you've made the Cashmerette Concord or the Cashmerette, actually, I think this is the Concord body with the Carlisle neckline. They can go swap with each other, I think. I know, well, you know what? No, I think this is it doesn't matter. This is the Carlisle neckline though. It's either on the Carlisle body or the Concord body. I can't remember. But if you've made a Cashmerette knit top before and you know that you love the way, you know what size to pick, you know that you love the way that it fits, then you are good to go, right as rain. You could probably cut right into this with the size that you're used to making with great success. But if this is a new pattern to you, if you've not made many Cashmerette patterns and you're just kind of dipping your toe in a little bit, you're going to, number one, want to pick the correct size. They do have a great size calculator that's there on the website, but make sure you're picking off that upper bust and then making sure that you're picking the correct full bust just to make sure that you're getting the size right as much from the start, because that makes fitting much easier if we have in fact picked the correct size. Other things that we want to look at now, shoulders. The shoulders are what are going to make the biggest difference in this particular pattern. We want to make sure that these shoulder seams are sitting right on top of our shoulder. They want to be right on top of our shoulder. If they are sitting behind the top of your shoulder, you're going to want to do a forward shoulder adjustment. This is a common adjustment, especially as we age. As we're all sitting on technology, forward shoulder adjustments, high round back adjustments, broad back adjustments may become more prevalent as we age, just because we're sitting over technology more, even if it's something you've never had before. These could also all be genetic things as well, but if it's a fit issue you've never had before, just keep that in mind. That is something that develops in most of us as we get a little bit older. The other thing that we are going to want to be looking at is to make sure that the armhole, the arm's eye seam, is in fact sitting on top of your shoulder. We don't want it sitting past the end of the shoulder, or we don't want it sitting way inside the shoulder. That is indicating the need for a broad shoulder adjustment if it's sitting way inside the shoulder, or a narrow shoulder adjustment if your seam is hanging off the end of your shoulder. I have found just visually, when it comes to a set-in sleeve on any kind of top or jacket, that making sure, especially when it comes to if you need a narrow shoulder adjustment, because when that seam sits off your shoulder, it makes you look a lot wider than you are, and it can be like a half of an inch off the edge of your shoulder. Now, if it's meant to be a drop shoulder, that's a little bit, different. That can still make you look wider. You do want to keep that in mind when you're picking that style of garment. But the need for a narrow shoulder makes such a huge difference when it comes to really nailing the fit. The other thing that we want to look at when it comes to our shoulders is whether we need if the slope of our shoulder is correct in terms of the slope of the shoulder slope that the pattern is using. Sometimes we need a sloping shoulder or a square shoulder adjustment. How can we determine that? If we are getting some wrinkles here right above the bust, that is an indicator that we probably need a sloping shoulder adjustment. You may already know that you have sloping shoulders and that you often need to do that. Pinching this shoulder seam up here at the top can show you all of a sudden that all gets better, then you know, okay, I need a little half-inch sloping shoulder adjustment. Conversely, if you are getting some gaping right here at the neckline, sometimes it doesn't show up as much on knit tops because the knit fabric does do a lot of work for us. A lot of times this does show up a little more obvious on woven tops. But if you do find that you're getting some extra room here right through this area, where it's standing away from the body, a lot of times that is indicating that you need a square shoulder adjustment. So you can look up those adjustments online to see what you need, or join my pattern fitting class next time it's offered. We go through all of this, but those are really going to make a huge difference on how this is fitting in the areas where it is meant to be fitted. The other thing that I think is very important when it comes to fit is where our hems are ending. Now, this is something that you're just going to have to play with a little bit. All these fabrics that I've used here are a rayon or viscose spandex knit, which do tend to, they're heavier fibers, so they tend to be heavy and can grow over the course of the day. In my sew along, we also talk about the importance of stabilizing our shoulder seams, and I show you how to do that so that we don't get ill-fitting shoulders later if the fabric does in fact grow. We do go over that in the sew along though. But we want to make sure that our hems are hitting us as flattering angles. Just remember, a hem is a horizontal line across your body. So you want to make sure, honestly, this is probably not the most flattering having this untucked, but then all of a sudden, you do the little millennial half tuck. I'm not a millennial, but the little half tuck where now your eye is traveling, and it creates a different look. When it comes to our hems, you just want to make sure it's hitting you at a flattering spot, whether that's taking up the shirt hem, maybe you want it to hit at high hip, maybe you want it to hit a little bit lower if you want to wear it a little bit more tunic length. You don't want it to hit at the widest part of your body. You want it to hit at maybe where something is starting to go back in, or if it's already in a wide area, it makes more sense on the leg than it really does on the hip. We can hit it there. So just think about the areas that you want to highlight on your body. And sometimes it's as simple as just making the pattern as is and then playing around with the hem, folding it up a little bit, letting it down a little bit until you really decide where you want that to hit. The same goes for the skirt, whether you want it a little bit above the knee, whether you want it a little below the knee, whatever the case may be. If you want it midi length, you can raise and lower this hemline as well. It may require, the pattern actually has this hitting right at the knee, but if you want it longer, you will have to lengthen the pattern, obviously. But playing around with those hems makes a huge difference in whether something looks a little more tailored to your body or if it looks a little on the frumpy side. And that can be just as easy as taking in those hems up or down. The other thing when it comes to making a style of top or dress like this is fabric choice. When this pattern calls for light to medium weight knits with at least 30% stretch. Now this can include cotton spandex knit, this can include cotton modal knit, this can spandex, this can include a poly jersey. Any of those absolutely will work for this pattern, but we want to keep in mind what our end goal is. I find when it comes to patterns that are a little bit more voluminous, like a swing style dress or top, I like to have fabric with more drape so that it's not standing away from my body too much. This is my own personal, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the microphone. That is my own personal preference. If you are someone that is wanting that shape, you are wanting it to stand away from your body to give you a little bit more shape, you may want to choose a fabric with more body as opposed to one with more drape. So if that's the case, you may want to choose a cotton spandex knit that's going to hold the shape of the dress a little bit. stand away from your body, that sort of thing. Whereas a viscose spandex knit is going to flow around your curves. It's going to give it a nice swishability, but it's not going to stand away from the body, which is my preference when it does come to garments like this, mostly because of my bust line. I have a large bust, and because it's fitted to the bust and then drapes out from there, I want to keep things somewhat in balance a little bit. And that's why it's my preference to use drapier fabrics for this style on me. But again, just keep in mind what a fabric does and whether or not that is the vision you are seeing for the final garment. If I can find the picture of the dress that I can't find, that is in a cotton modal spandex, which is kind of the best of both worlds when it comes to, got a little bit of structure, a little bit of drape, but yes, it is actually a cotton modal. But these other three are all viscose and or rayon, it's the same word, just two different terms, spandex knits, and I absolutely love them. One of the things that I love the most about this pattern is that it's got a nice white expanse for a really big, bold print, such as this one. This fabric makes me so happy. And viscose or rayon spandex is really great for hot weather. It just is really breathable, and it does wrinkle, but it is really breathable. And I find this so comfortable because of the style of the dress. It stands away from my body in the heat of the summer. I wear this all the time with my orange sandals, slip-on sandals. So when we are in the depths of summer where I want something that makes me happy, makes me feel a little bit dressed up, but also keeps me cool, I go for this dress a lot. So it's just a really great look at what you can do with different types of fabric. This would also make a great nightgown and or sleep top if you want to make a little pair of shorts to go with it as well, because rayon or bamboo knit, bamboo jersey. Oh, bamboo jersey would be lovely for something for this pattern as well. But a bamboo spandex or rayon or a viscose, because of the breathability, if you sleep hot, are really great for nightwear. So that is something to take into consideration. I have made these two versions for my daughter. I think she is going to be using them both as nightwear. Mostly she likes to, she's 19. She likes to show off her midriff. She likes when things are fitted at her waist. But she did like the thought of this for her sleeping. So she's going to get a little pair of shorts or something to go with this top to make a little night set for when she is at her dorm. So she actually does sleep in nightwear when she is up at college, but she likes the fact that these are going to be movable. But I did make these in her size, and these are the two samples that are from the sew along. So anyway, this is the Cashmerette Wexford. Again, there is a complete sew along over or now on the channel, so you guys can go watch that for some knit tips and tricks and all those sorts of things over there as well. And if this is a pattern that you are interested in, you should absolutely grab that Cashmerette All Access tier now. It's just a really great pot price, and you get that free PDF pattern from their regular collection, and there's some really good ones to choose from. So that is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, found it informative. And if you are someone that is new to sewing with knits and it really, really scares you, just a reminder, we offer a Knit Sewing Essentials class where we walk you through sewing a t-shirt and a whole bunch of different necklines and all the tips and tricks that come with working with knit fabrics on a sewing machine as well as on a serger and cover stitch machine. So no matter what machines you're working with, I show you all the tips and tricks over in that class, and I'll leave that link down below as well. All right, that's all I have for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Get some sewing in. Are you in the frantic holiday sewing like I am? But until next time, happy sewing. I'll see you then.